So now I've got a new setup and I want to fix it up so that we have everything labeled. And I want you to see here in our IO setup box, right in the bottom we have this session overwrite current IO setup when opened. So any sessions I open up will overwrite this setup. I don't want to do that. So I want to make sure this box is unchecked. I can also import settings or export them out also as well. So here is my input. And I want to create a new path. So I'm going to go to new paths here, and let's say it's going to be mono, it's going to be input, right? And I can do like I did before when I did new tracks. I can go to a plus sign again and do it again. Like that, right? Let's go create. But you notice here it also says add default channel assignments. Don't want to do that. And I also have auto create subpaths. We'll do that right now. So here's my first one. So I'm going to go back to here and label this. This is going to be input 1. And this one's going to be input 2. And they're mono inputs. So I can go back and again, I want to add some more paths here and make it much more simple here. We're just going to put 4 paths in. 4 more in, inputs, create, and we've got them here. And now they're automatically labeled 3, 4, 5, and 6, and they're mono. Now I can say, for example, I put my little cursor, it turns into a little pencil and says mono, right? But it selects the input path. 2 will go here to 2, 3 will go to here, 4 will go here, and 5 will go here. 5 will go there, and here is 6 for SPDIF. So my input paths are lined up from input 1 through input 6. Let's go to the output tab right here and set up our output. Now currently it has the old output here, right? So I'm going to take this output here. I'm going to delete that path actually. And yep, delete it, and it's gone. I want to create a new path though. So I'm going to go here to new path, and I want to make it stereo. And this is stereo output. And this is for our complete 6 audio. And I'll create. And now I've got this stereo path, which is right here. So I click there, it knows it's left and right. Before it did mono, now it says, okay, this is your output, got it. And that's 1 and 2 for my stereo output. My next option here in the IO setup is bus. And here I can create new paths for bus assignments. So I'm going to go to new path, and right here, I'm going to do 1 for now and make it stereo. And I want to make sure that it creates an auto subpath. Do create. And now you see here, this bus is bus 1 and 2, and I have left and right. Now if I click on this triangle right here, we can see that we can also route just a mono 1, bus 1, or bus 2 as mono. And you see it's like a little matrix here. We have left and right on top when they're stereo, but when they're mono, bus 1's mono send here for the bus is left mono. Bus 2 is right mono. Let's close this up. I need a bunch of paths. I'm going to go back here, new path. I'm going to need 11 more. So 11. And we're going to make them all stereo with their own subpaths. Create, and now we see more of them right here. Look at that. And we can click on them, and they're all the same way as you can see. They're set up to be stereo at 7 and 8 here, for example. I click here is a separate mono bus for 7 and a mono bus for 8. Bus path right here, and that's 1 through 24. And I also want to click right in here and make sure that their outputs are going to eventually end up going to the output of left and right for my complete audio interface. There you go. Now, if you'll notice here in input, we have this sessions overwrites current IO setup when opened. So if you open a session and it's from someplace else and it has its own IO setup, it will automatically open up its IO setup if this is checked. Leave this unchecked. And here, this button here, show last save setup. I click here, give me my last save setup. I'm going back to where I was at before. For the output, you can see I have audition paths. If I want to audition some sounds, that audition path will be through the complete output. And my default output bus is complete. And here we have our paths set up for the output of all the bus assignments.